Good afternoon, and welcome back to Cosmic Complexity. I'm your host, Graysonauth, and this is my co-host.
I'm Trent Messer.
Sorry.
That is.
I cut you off a little bit with your
No, it's all right.
My bad.
Still refining the intro. We'll get there.
Real quick, apologize again.
Yeah, so I guess the...
No, I was going to apologize.
The audio.
No, you don't have to
the
apologize.
audio quality.
No, Trent.
Okay.
Let me apologize. Initially, I blamed Trent for the audio quality, and he got better, and he was holding the mic correctly, and
I'm trying my hardest, okay?
in turn, it was actually the microphone was turned down too low, so Trent was too quiet the entire episode at the CIA, but it's okay. Only 8 people watched that episode.
Oh, okay. Well, 8 people. Sorry. Sorry to those 8
sorry
people.
to you 8 people. Thank you for watching it, though.
Yeah,
you did.
Definitely. You endured the quiet audio, but appreciate it.
What are we getting down today, Trent? What are we doing today?
Well, we got a comment of the week, and we got we're gonna be talking about Santa Claus
And Krampus.
and Krampus. Is it Krampus or Krampus?
I think it's Krampus.
Krampus.
I mean, we might just be from Texas, but
yeah.
So due to our uploading schedule, when this is uploaded, it will be, I believe, the week before Christmas, and you won't see us until after Christmas, which means that next episode will be our New Year's Eve special, or our New Year's episode, the last episode of the year, which is crazy to think about. We have some stuff planned for that. Trent doesn't know anything until he comes in, but I have plans for our last episode of the year. Not the last episode of the season, but we'll be doing that. But for now, we're just going to be celebrating the holidays, so a little early happy holidays, Merry Christmas, you little animals. Thank you guys for listening to us.
Yeah.
But you don't have to listen to this immediately. You could pause it and listen to it on Christmas, or you could just listen to it now and celebrate a little early. But
yeah.
That's kind of the idea of this episode. But before we get into that, a quick reminder to comment on the video, because if you leave a comment, it'll be read by us, and nobody comments on these videos, so you have a higher chance of actually being read if you leave anything. So with that, let's read the comment of the week. Trent, what do you got?
Let's see. I got a comment from. I'm not gonna try to read the username. Y'all can find the comment.
Read the username.
Says,
read the username.
I can't.
Do you want me to read it?
I can't read.
Read the username. Let me see it.
Okay. All right. Here you go.
Our coach Annette 884.
Whatever that means. Says, "Ha ha, look at your baby head with a dad hat." What does that mean?
All right, so with that, again, reminder, leave a comment down below, and you will be read into the video. So thank you for leaving your comment. R. Annette,
Coach something.
Coach Roach, R. Annette. Thank you, Annette, for leaving that.
Yep.
We much appreciate
the
it.
feedback.
Yeah, we appreciate the feedback, and we appreciate you leaving something for us to read. That's always nice.
Yeah.
So thank you. And with that, let's go on with the episode. So before we get into Krampus, I guess we can kind of talk about Santa Claus. I know that Trent, you've shared stories of your witnessing of Santa Claus.
Yeah, I witnessed something.
Do you want to retell it? You won't go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead and retell
we
your
can start
story.
the episode with that.
Yeah, we can go ahead.
So it was a couple years ago on chilly Christmas Eve.
What?
And
Christmas? What do you mean?
It was a chilly night. It was just a cold, windy night.
Oh, I thought you meant
Christmas
like the
Eve.
food. Like, okay, continue.
No, yeah, like the weather, not the food.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Anyways, it was a chilly, crisp Christmas Eve.
Christmas. Sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
And would you believe it? I saw Kris Kringle of all people. No. Yeah. Anyways, I was just walking outside. I just happened to be walking outside, and it wasn't just me. I had somebody with me. My dad was with me, and we both saw it. So it was weird. We still to this day are trying to figure out what we saw. Like anyways.
Describe what you saw, Trent.
We were walking outside.
Okay.
We just so happened to be walking outside. Thank you. This is hard for me. Thank you for the encouragement.
Just keep going. You got it. Let it out. It's okay. I know it's traumatic for you, but
we were walking outside, and we looked up at the same time. Like we both have to look up, and I don't know how else to describe it other than it looked like a sleigh and reindeer. And it wasn't. I was about to say.
What do
Okay,
you mean
well, maybe it was
sleigh
geese.
and reindeer?
I mean,
were there lights? Was it jingling?
There
Did you
wasn't lights.
hear-
There was no jingling, that's another thing that makes me think it probably wasn't Santa Claus. But
You really think you could hear jingling from the ground?
that's how it works.
No, it's
Have
not.
you seen the Polar Express? Have you? I mean, gosh.
Well, I mean, if
Maybe
you
I-
believe you can hear
Maybe
the
it's because I
jingle.
don't believe in Santa
Yeah.
Claus. I mean, I do now.
Okay, we continue.
Anyways, yeah. So I looked up, and it was literally the outline of a sleigh and 8 reindeer. It was
So was the base
weird.
of the sleigh, was it bigger than the reindeer
Yes.
itself?
Yeah.
Was there one in the front with a red nose?
No. There was not.
Are you pulling my leg here?
Dude, I'm being dead serious.
Are you?
And my dad saw it too. I mean, we can ask him.
Can we call your dad?
Not right now, but
well, there we go, folks. The only other witness isn't willing to communicate with us. I guess it's all bull.
Well, hey, let me finish my story here. Okay,
All right.
Look up. We see a sleigh, the outline of a sleigh and reindeer, and we're like, well, maybe it was geese. And mind you, this is Christmas Eve.
Of course.
Like, maybe it was geese.
What
Well,
time
for
on
one, all
Christmas
the
Eve?
geese have migrated south.
Yeah,
Which I guess we are southish, but it gets cold here. So,
we get
And two-
very cold here.
and 2, they weren't making any noise. They
Oh.
they were dead silent.
There's no.
Every time geese fly by, yeah, they're wait, do it.
You got one?
Yeah, they're making that
No,
noise.
you got it.
No, I
Come on.
can't do it.
Come on, try it.
Can't do it.
Try it.
Geese noise.
No,
You
Trent,
can just insert it in
make
later.
a little. No. Try it.
Insert geese noise.
No, make.
Goose noise.
Those are really good, actually.
you.
That's
Thank you.
really good.
Yeah,
You're really
thanks.
good at that.
Thank you.
That's my geese noise.
That's pretty good. Anyway, so I don't know. Maybe it was a. Do you think they make? I mean, do they make drones?
Sorry.
Do they make drones that are supposed to look like Santa's sleigh?
So I will.
You know,
I will say there is a drone show in Amarillo.
when does it happen on Christmas Eve?
I don't know. It
At
could have.
10
It
p.m.?
could have happened at Christmas Eve at 10 p.m. and you could have just seen that,
Yeah.
or you actually saw Santa Claus. Which, okay. First of all, I thought about age restricting this episode and I didn't. If you're a child and for some reason you're watching Cosmic Complexity, episode 12, is Santa Claus real, or whatever I end up titling this episode, Santa Claus is a fucking lie.
Hey, he's not.
Now don't tell your classmates, because that'll make you a shitty person. But you found the right video to find the truth, and the truth is that your parents are fucking lying to you.
Hmm.
And the Easter bunnies are fake too. So, I went back and forth between this in my own head, and I was like, you know what? If a parent is willing to let their kid loose on the internet without any restrictions, they kind of deserve it. The kid kind of deserves to have their spirits broken. So if your spirits are currently being broken by me, Grayson Auth, and this is Trenton Jeff Messer, legal name.
It's not my name.
Yes, it is.
Legal name?
Legally.
What kind of name is that? Jeez.
Yeah, Santa Claus is a lie.
No, he's not. Don't listen to him.
But with that, I was a child who believed in Santa Claus, and I'm trying to think. I faintly remember hearing like footsteps on top of the roof,
Mm-hmm.
like Christmas Eve. But also, I was a cracked out 8-year-old. Who
Yeah.
knows what was really going on?
Yeah.
I had a lot of snow.
Yeah. Could have.
A lot of ho ho ho. Not really. I wasn't actually cracked out 8-year-old, but I did love Christmas. Like I would wake up at like 4 a.m., 3 a.m., go look at all the presents.
Your parents let you do that?
They wouldn't know. I was nimble.
You're
Quick.
a nimble little
I was a quick and nimble little boy.
lad. Yeah.
But I would sneak out and I would look at the presents and I'd be like, hell yeah. And then
Yeah.
I'd go to bed. I remember one Christmas, Lego Batman for the Wii was sitting there and I said, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went to bed and I was so excited to play Lego Batman for the Wii.
Yep.
It was a good game.
I bet.
I beat that game a lot.
I bet.
But I was a firm believer in Santa Claus for most of my childhood.
I've said it a couple times. I believe in Santa Claus. No, I don't think he's alive anymore, but I do believe that Saint Nicholas was in fact a real person who did this sort of stuff and gave presents to kids. helped
Yeah.
out the poor. So
Yeah, he was a good person.
so that's what I mean
Do you
whenever I say
think-
I believe in Santa Claus.
So what if, theoretically, let's hypothetically think about this.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe in Santa. You don't believe in Santa. We did at one point. But what if Santa Claus, like Saint Nick, doesn't exist?
Mhm.
He did exist at one point. He died. But there is like a core group of people who planned this out, and
Yeah.
he still like goes and delivers presents for the kids who don't, because it wouldn't be impossible. You think about the technology we possess. You could make
to
a flying...
deliver presents to every
Yeah.
kid in the world.
Well, not every kid in the world, but just the ones whose parents aren't buying them gifts.
Oh,
Like
how do they pinpoint these kids?
cameras, drones.
Seeing that we're being spied on by the government.
I mean, yeah, constantly. Does that
No.
surprise you?
No.
That camera right there, my Logitech
Yeah,
webcam, probably is bugged right now.
probably right.
Sometimes I stare at it naked.
Just to give your FBI agent
A
show, yeah.
Dinner and a show.
dinner. Yeah. Oh, dinner.
I'll eat on my stomach staring at it. But I mean, like,
Anyways,
it isn't impossible for a group of little people or elves to be making a giant sleigh, reindeer to be flying. It is impossible. This is ridiculous. There's no way
Well-
Santa Claus. I can't even hypothetically say this and be like, yeah, this is possible.
yeah. I mean, like even the pop culture has attempted to explain it as to how Santa can travel around the entire world in one night, visiting billions of houses,
eating millions of cookies,
eating billions of cookies,
drinking
billions of gallons of milk. Probably not billions of gallons. Probably like a million.
millions of gallons.
Millions of gallons. But I do think that the Santa Claus movies, I feel like that's if it was real, that's the most realistic
So
one.
you think Disney
in my opinion.
had it right the whole time? It's like a weird,
yeah.
like Santa dies and a new Santa. That shit's kind of violent, honestly. Like a Santa just dies and
Yeah.
he's like, all right,
Well, because then you
Santa.
can, if you want to be Santa, you can just
Murder Santa.
murder Santa and you
Yeah.
be Santa. Phew, man, crazy world.
Yeah, I think Santa's a really interesting, like, American tradition. And, like, obviously Santa Claus, like, Krampus is German, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. We're going to talk about, like, the folklore of that. But, like, Krampus and Saint Nick are actually, like, connected quite a bit. And I find Santa Claus very, like, it's a fun little holiday, I think, for my kids. I don't know what I'm going to do, whether or not I'm going to be like, Santa's real and lie to them, or if I'm just going to be like, no, Santa's not real, but also we do this fun thing where we like act like Santa's real, just for fun.
Yeah.
Because like even after I knew Santa was real, it was still fun to be like, ooh, like tonight there's gonna be a little surprise, and it's gonna be like, oh, the cookies have been eaten and the milk has been drank. Like it's still fun.
Yeah. It's a tradition. It's a fun tradition.
Yeah, yeah. And I think especially like my favorite part about the tradition is when, you go in there and Santa's making out with your mom, and it's just really weird. And I don't know, Santa's always black.
Didn't they make a song about that?
Huh?
Wait, hold on. What was that last part you just said there?
What do you?
Anyways, didn't they make a song about mommy kissing Santa?
I hate that song.
Yeah.
What? We can't sing it, but yeah,
I don't even know I don't even know the tune, to be honest
There are
with you.
some Christmas songs that I really do not like. Mommy's Kissing Santa Claus. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Alvin and the Chipmunks. That
Alright,
bullshit.
Here's an unpopular opinion. Maybe it might be unpopular. I don't know.
You might.
I think the 12 Days of Christmas is a pretty good song, actually. I like the song. I like the rhythm of it.
That is a really unpopular opinion. Everyone hates that song.
I like it. There's my unpopular opinion.
That's not an unpopular opinion. I like that song.
You said everybody hates that song.
No. So, I mean, do you have anything else on Santa Claus or Christmas holiday?
No, just
American
my
tradition?
story about what I
Did your
saw.
family ever do any special Christmas traditions?
Yeah, obviously Santa Claus, and yeah, I didn't believe in Santa Claus for a very long time. I think I was like 8 whenever I I actually figured it out myself.
Oh wow, smart guy, huh?
You want to know how I figured it out?
How'd you do it? Tell me your story.
We had an elf on the shelf. and I was kind of getting suspicious. I was like, no way, no way this thing comes to life every night and flies to the North Pole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so one time I touched it. Wait.
Yeah. You did what?
You
brought
the
him
whole
to the
thing is
bathroom. You locked the door. You're like, all right, Mr. Elf, tell me if Santa's real. Tell me if Santa's real. Or
no. The whole thing is you're not supposed to touch it.
You gave him a shelf to sit on, didn't you?
No, you're not supposed to touch it, otherwise it loses its magic.
Whatever.
And that's what the movie is about. The Elf on the Shelf movie that I watched.
There's an Elf on the Shelf movie?
Yes.
Can I tell you something? I never did that. My family did not do that.
Really?
I'm going to do that shit with my kids, and I'm going to tell them it's real. And I'm going to tell them Santa's fake, but the Elf on the Shelf is real. Because I think that's hilarious.
It is, yeah.
Like when they come in and he's like doing a bunch of crazy stuff, and they're like, oh my God, the elf! And it's like, one of these days it's just going to be dead. And I'm going to be like, which one of you fuckers touched it?
Anyways, I poked it, and
Where'd you poke it?
I like squeezed its arm or something like that.
Just little Trent, just like going into it, the Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah,
it's really cute. That's adorable.
And and then it came back the next day, and I was like, peculiar,
interesting.
Yeah,
that's what set you off.
Yep.
So were you just
the
like
Elf on the Shelf?
So were you just like Santa's not real now?
Yeah,
that's how you figured it out.
Pretty much.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure, like, I believed it a little hardcore for a while.
Really?
And my family, like, my parents were just like, Grayson, he's not real, it's me. And I was like, what?
Really? That's funny.
I was a pretty faithful boy. I was really devastated. I was like, what about the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy? And they're like, all lies. And I was like,
yeah. I actually had a childhood friend that believed in Santa for a really long time, and I was like, dude, he's not real.
How old was he?
I mean,
like when you told him this,
we were in middle school at this point, dude, and he was still, he was like, no, I saw him, and I was like,
you saw Santa?
Okay, sure, bud.
I think Santa Claus too, like Santa Mall Christmas,
yeah,
Santa,
yeah.
That stuff is weird to me a little bit. It's like it's a grown man who's getting paid probably like $12 an hour to have children sit on his lap and tell him what they want.
Well, he said it that way.
It's a little weird, Like, and then there's the Santa Claus, and there's like a whole news story, and he was crying because like there's a kid who wanted to like live for Christmas, and he started crying. He was really, why are you laughing?
That's kind of no. That's just kind of sad. That, like, no. You gave that. They gave that kid false hope. They gave that kid false hope that Santa could like give him something that he can't. And now that it's just
the fact that you don't. The video is really sad.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to apologize for that next episode.
Oh my God.
No, it's just the fact that they like basically manipulated this kid into thinking that Santa could give him that. I
think the kid asked to live or something too, and it was Trent's not laughing. Trent, you gotta
what?
You gotta address it immediately. Why did you laugh? Explain yourself. I'm laughing because Trent's laughing.
It was the irony of it. Just the fact that they manipulated this kid into thinking that Santa could do that. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Like, how disappointed is this kid gonna be whenever like he finds out that Santa isn't even real?
The kid's dead.
Well, yeah, but like, do you think that they just let him believe that until he died?
I mean, technically, the kid's not wrong. Santa is real. Saint Nick. Maybe he met Santa in heaven.
Maybe so.
God rest that kid's soul. Whoever that kid's name is really sad. Trent.
Yeah.
It's very sad. I'm not. Oh my God.
Oh God.
I don't know where to go from here. This is...
Anyways, the Krampus. What's this guy all about?
Oh.
Is it like?
I think Santa Claus.
Anti-Santa Claus.
He is. Well, kind of. We'll get into it, but I think I think mall Santas are a little weird. I think there are some that are good.
Yeah.
But also, I feel like that's a steep hill. Like, that could go really weird really
Yeah,
fast.
well, because
really
like, I'm
quickly.
sure they do like background checks and stuff like that, but also what's to stop like
Do
some
they?
weirdo?
Do
I mean,
they?
they would have to.
Do you think a small town mall,
Probably not a small town mall, but
they're just going to hire a homeless man on the side of the road and be like, hey, you look like Santa?
no. It'd probably just be some random townsfolk that may or may not be.
Santa Claus related looking?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like that's kind of odd. Like, it's fun. You know, I think I did it. I did it once and he gave me a fucking book.
He gave you a book?
Yeah. Wait, no. You know what? Actually, I think it was actually a really good experience. I'm pretty sure, like, he was like, what do you want? He was like at a library.
Mhm.
And I was like, I really want the new Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. And he's like, well, guess what? And he pulled it out and gave it to me.
Wow.
And I was like, holy shit. Like, I wanted that book. And then I got in the car and my mom was like, well, I got you that book for Christmas, so now you have two. And I was like, well, take it back, I guess. So, yeah, she took the one that she bought back, and I got a Diary of a Wimpy Kid book for free from Santa Claus.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
That was one of my suppressed memories, you know?
Yeah, and that's,
Look at that.
you know,
that's the joy of Christmas.
yeah, look at that. I think every time I saw Santa, I just got a candy cane.
Candy cane?
Yeah.
You should have gone to the library, Santa, and asked for a book.
I know. Too bad.
You think he'd give a Playboy magazine out? Playboy?
Like now?
No, like you sit on. I want
Like as a grown man?
I want a 2024 Playboy mask.
Mask?
Magazine. Santa
Magazine?
Claus. I want a MagSafe 2024 Playboy Santa Claus.
Santa Claus edition.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think Santa Claus is a weird tradition. That's all.
I don't think it's weird. I think it's a fun tradition. I do think that it's over commercialized.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure
But
Santa Claus, like the way he looks right now, like the red hat with the white tuff and whatever, fluffy and all that.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
like straight from Coke. Like Coca-Cola did that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I have heard that.
Before Coca-Cola, he had like blue or green. That was
Yeah.
like the traditional, because that's what Saint Nick would wear, and it was never red. But then Coca-Cola was like, let's make him our brand colors, red and white, and that stuck like crazy.
Yeah, which
And
is
just-
just weird how that happens. Like,
Yeah,
because I mean,
We
that's
just-
never gonna change now. You know what I mean?
that's it. Like there are so many different like marketings and styles of Santa. Like that's it. That's just
Mhm.
what Santa Claus looks like. So
Very interesting.
yeah, I think it's a wild little concept.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, do you have anything else about Santa Claus that you want to?
No, I don't think so.
That's
yeah.
it?
I mean, I've never met him before. Never even like, you know. I mean, if I had
said
met
you
him, I
went
probably
to-
would have like
You said you went to the mall, didn't you?
what?
He gave you a candy cane.
Oh, yeah, I guess I had met him once.
Once? That's it?
I haven't seen him in a while though. I mean, if I had seen him, I probably would have like asked him to like give me his hat or something like that, and just so I could have it, you know. But
Do you think you would have given it to him? Or maybe
I don't
he'd have like one of his elves get out another Santa hat.
maybe like they would give me a duplicate.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, I
Anyways.
think the false sense of hope that Santa Claus kind of gives, though, like whenever you
Yeah.
take him to the mall and you're like, "What do you want, little boy?" and the kid be like, "I want a PS5,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a broke family, and the parents are
Yeah,
like,
they're
"We're not
never gonna be able
spending
to
$5."
do that. Yeah.
That's kind of sad, you know, because like the kid thinks that Santa Claus is gonna give them that PS5.
Yeah. And then they think that they're a terrible person because they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Pretty messed up.
And if there's any parents that put coal in their kids' stockings, like I've seen some TikToks where the parents will put coal in the kids' stockings and that's it, and they hide the presents,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh, guess you were naughty," and the kids all start crying. And the parents
Yeah.
are like,
Pretty messed up to play jokes on your kids like that.
"I think that's horrible."
Like I will say, that whole trend a couple years ago with the Grinch, you know, where
I was
like
gonna say the Grinch
people- people scaring their kids as the Grinch was hilarious, but it's also kind of messed up at the same time.
It was really messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the one where the Grinch uses the kids are like screaming and
Yeah.
freaking out. He's like breaking the trees.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I mean, it's funny to watch.
It's funny to watch the
Funny to
kids go through a dramatic process. You know.
Is it now?
Yeah. Apparently, it's what you seem to think.
Interesting.
Piece of shit. All right. Well, with that, I think the Santa Claus topic has been kind of ran into the dirt. You know, I think he's ran into the snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I think once they stopped including Rudolph, that's all
when it
downhill
all
from
went
there.
downhill. Yeah, I mean, I think like if you're a parent and you want to do the Santa tradition, I'm not going to stop you. Do what you want. All right, I'm a man without any children. I have 3 cats. They know that there's stuff in the stockings. Ranger, the smart one, she always tries to get into the stockings.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I go. You know, I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you're a parent, you want to do it,
yeah,
do as you will. But just know
fun.
that my heart was broken as a child when I found out that Santa wasn't real.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for me to talk about it sometimes. But I think that, you know, it's your choice. If you want your kids to never trust you again with anything you say, then lie to them.
Good rule of thumb.
Good rule of thumb. So, with that, we're gonna get into Krampus. So, Trent, before we get into it, what do you know about Krampus? Because
Well,
I don't know anything, but I'll see what you think.
I've recently watched the movie. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's come out. It's called Red One.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Was it good?
I watched it with my family. It was actually pretty good.
Let's
I was
time out
pleasantly
real quick.
surprised.
Trent, what's your review on the movie Red One?
I out of 5, out of 10, out of 5, out of 10, or what?
Oh, too close. Right here.
Right here.
Yeah. Yeah, just movie review real quick. What did you think?
Oh, no, I thought it was really good. It was pretty unique. I'm always surprised with how many new Santa movies they can come up with. Like, because you think, I mean, Santa, like, you think that kind of a one-trick pony. You know what I mean? Like, there's not really much more you can do with it. But I mean,
Yeah.
they keep
Sorry.
coming out with new Santa movies, and they're all unique.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this one was pretty good. Basically, Santa got taken hostage,
Okay.
and the whole movie it had The Rock in it. The Rock was an elf.
Ooh.
What
I don't
did
like
you
The
say?
Rock. The Rock kind of sucks.
Well, okay, in this movie, you know, whenever The Rock sticks to his skills, which is like the same character he plays in every movie,
Always beating scissors,
basically.
losing to paper. Always.
Yeah, classic Rock. He's okay. He's okay in some movies. He's okay in some movies.
I like him game plan.
But whenever
Game
he
day.
tries to venture out of, like, you know, his little rut that he's in, it's not good. And it had Chris Evans in it.
Okay. Love
And,
Chris Evans.
Yeah, Chris Evans. He was kind of like the Scrooge character. But
Oh.
anyway, it was a good movie. It was, you know, kind of an action movie. I'd give it 3.5 out of 5
3.5
stars.
out of 5. Wow. Wow.
For a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Maybe not out of every movie of all time.
Well, I know that Krampus is in that movie, and he's
Yeah.
Santa Claus's brother.
Yeah, in that movie, he is Santa Claus's brother.
Did you know that during the shooting of that, The Rock wasn't present because he was too busy?
Really?
And they would like push production back, and he cost the whole movie production like millions of dollars because he just
Really?
wouldn't show up for scenes. And when he was there, excuse me, he refused
You just
to.
coughed on me.
He refused to use the bathroom, and so he'd pee in like CeraVe bottles, and then he'd give it to his assistant. His assistant would just be carrying his rock piss all over the place.
Rock piss. I bet
Yeah.
you can sell that on eBay.
I have.
Honestly, his assistant's probably loaded now because he sold his piss on eBay.
If you are in possession of Rock's piss, can you let me know? Oh, my Prime package just got delivered. Look at that. Hey, if you just saw a Prime truck go by. If you have possession of Rock's piss, please email us at contentstudios.co@gmail.com, and
We would like to purchase a sample.
we'd love to purchase that or receive it. So great. Well, that's cool. Anyways, what do you know about Krampus?
Well, I know. I mean, from the movie, he's got horns. He's kind of like this weird looking goat dude. So he's somehow related to Santa Claus. He's like, okay, he's kind of like the anti-hero of the Santa Claus universe. He's not necessarily just pure evil. Like, he doesn't just want to, you know, make everybody miserable. But he is like, he takes a different, he has a different philosophy.
He has
than
a
Santa
different
Claus does.
approach.
Yeah, different approach.
No, well, he
He's
parked
more
really far away.
punitive than Santa Claus is.
Can you imagine being the Prime guy? You look into the window, you see all the podcasts being shot.
yeah.
He did.
Pretty
Oh,
Wow.
wow. So I know some of Krampus because, like, my family strains from German. My grandmother, I think my great grandmother,
Yeah.
was fluent in German.
Oh, wow.
And didn't pass it on to any of her grandchildren, which is frustrating because I'd love to have just like naturally learned how to speak German. But
That'd been pretty cool.
like, so I try to. I sometimes I dabble a little bit in my white heritage.
Yeah.
My German heritage, which you know, there's some dark sides of it, and there's some good sides of it. So,
really?
No, well, not on my side of the family, at least. When I made a joke about it, my dad was like, "No," he got really upset, so I never brought it up again. I don't know. But I know that it's a German kind of like practice over the holiday season to talk about Krampus, and from my understanding, he's like, instead of a lump of coal, it's like Krampus is gonna like kill you.
Yeah,
and that's what it was like. They basically just scare tactic their children into being good people. And why? I've seen this Prime guy like walk back and forth like 10 times. He ran in the street and then went back. Now he's going. He walked through the yard. Why
did he walk through the yard a minute? Do you think he was just curious about what was going on here?
He ran like he's gone back and forth, I think 6 times. This whole time. I mean, maybe he's just trying to catch a peek, and he's just like side-eyeing us.
Maybe so.
I mean, we look completely normal, but from what I
basically he's just more punitive. He's more like, if you're a naughty kid, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah, he's very punitive. So with that, I don't know a lot about it. You don't know a lot about it.
No.
So I thought it'd be fun to just kind of read about it.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of share what we think about it and just go through it historically, based on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Because that's the only source we have. And again, I'm sorry. All we can really do when it comes to sourcing is Wikipedia because we're small. All right. Our last episode got 7 views.
They said 8 views.
Got 8 views. But you know what? The clip of the episode got 500.
What do you mean? The short?
I took a clip from the episode and I uploaded it. It got 500. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So that's something.
8 of those people clicked over.
It was me talking about balls. That's the clip. Hey, you know what? Maybe the clip of you laughing at a child dying is gonna do better.
Maybe.
You animal. So, with that,
I'm just getting into the Krampus spirit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. With that, let's go into Krampus. So here we go. This is the Wikipedia page. If you want to read along, you can find it. Try and listen along, right?
Okay.
The Krampus is a horned anthropomorphic figure who is the Central and Eastern Alpine folkloric tradition. It is said to accompany St. Nicholas on visits to children during the night of 5 December, so December 5th. Krampusnacht, or Krampusnacht, I think, Krampusnacht? Krampus night, immediately before the feast of St. Nicholas on the 6th of December. In this tradition, St. Nicholas rewards well-behaved children with small gifts, while Krampus punishes badly behaved ones with birch rods. So he doesn't kill them, he just beats them. Which, you know, at least they're not dying, you know. So he accompanies St. Nick. So him and St. Nick are actually best
Saint
buds.
Nick endorses this abuse.
So
wow, that changes my views on Santa Claus.
I think Santa Claus is kind of badass, honestly. He's like, yo, someone get my brother Krampus to beat the shit out of this kid.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I think that's valid, honestly. Because I think a kid, like a bad kid.
It's just a kid, though.
Yeah, well, bad kid.
Yeah, but
sometimes you want to hit a kid.
Well, just because you want to doesn't mean you should.
Sometimes you just gotta hit a kid.
Well,
not really. I'm joking. I would never hit a child.
Man, this guy. No, that's actually kind of crazy. I mean, that really is. Well, the fact that somebody came up with this, like, I mean, that's kind of messed up. It's kind of manipulative. Like, well, okay, what do you think is worse?
Do you think
telling a kid that you're gonna? Oh, yeah,
Santa Claus as a whole is manipulative. Let's be real here.
Well, yeah. But what do you think? Do you think that the Santa Claus manipulation is worse, or the Krampus manipulation is worse?
I think they're both valid, honestly.
Well, I think the Santa Claus manipulation is worse.
Okay.
Here's why.
All right, I'm hearing you.
You're telling these kids they're gonna get, all these amazing gifts, and you just ask for whatever they want, and you just send a letter to Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens if they don't get the gift? They're even more disappointed.
Right.
But with Krampus, at least they're just living in fear. And But in reality, he's not real. So they're never gonna get beaten by rods by some freaking goat monster. So that there's really the only thing to fear is their own fear. And they don't have to worry about getting their hopes built up for some gift and not getting it. Basically, it's just fear.
I mean, I think like Santa Claus, there's also a fear tactic to it because it's like if you're a bad kid, you're gonna get coal and you're not gonna get what you want.
And it's not necessarily like
it's not even you're not gonna get a good gift. It's like you're just not getting any gifts. You're just getting coal.
Yeah,
which is like also shitty.
It's a whole nother level of psychological
horror.
Torment.
Yeah,
so that's why I think Santa Claus is worse.
And you know what? I think the kid will probably act better because like coal or getting beat with a birch stick, I'm choosing the coal. You know, so I feel like if my family was like, yeah, Krampus is gonna beat you with a birch stick, which is probably what my great grandmother heard as a child. You know, I think that.
That's why she didn't pass the German down. She didn't.
Yeah, she was like, we can't do this. We can't keep this going.
Yeah.
I think that I'd honestly favor Krampus. I think honestly, I might bring Krampus into my home, and
yeah. Do you think
whenever
Krampus
my
is a
kids
nice
wake
guy?
up, I'm gonna lay birch branches on their bed.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna hit them with them.
Oh my gosh. Why do your kids sound like that?
It's an infant. It's an infant child.
You're gonna beat an infant?
Yeah, because
with birch rods.
He wouldn't shut up. He just keeps screaming.
Jeez, man. Yeah, like instead of milk and cookies, it's birch rods. Like, well, good night, kids.
Yeah, I mean,
hope you were good this year.
If the birch rod was left behind, then I think that's a showcase that he didn't beat the shit out of you. I mean, that's a good thing. Like, you did good. That's good. So I think that I like Krampus. You know, honestly, I'm going to talk to my wife about that. We might start pushing for that.
Start doing that.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Yeah, but anyways, we'll continue.
Get back to your German roots.
Yeah, I really should. But the origin of the figure is unclear. Some folklorists and anthropologists have postulated that it may have pre-Christian origins in traditional parades and such events as Krampuslauf, which is a Krampus run. Young men dressed as Krampus attempt to scare the audience with their antics. Krampus is featured on a holiday greeting card called Krampuskarten. Figure have been imported into popular culture around the world and has appeared in movies and TVs and video games. So, like, okay, the origin, discussing his observations in 1975 while interning a small town in Styria, anthropologist John J. Honigman wrote that, this is him, I'll speak in a different voice, I'm going to speak in a British accent. The Saint Nicholas...
You need me to give you,
I got it.
give you something to lock onto?
The St. Nicholas festivals we are describing incorporates cultural elements widely distributed in Europe. St. Nicholas, this is Australian, St. Nicholas himself became popular in Germany around the 11th century. The feast dedicated this to the patron of children is only one winter occasion in which children are the objects of special attention. Gross. Other beings, Martinmas and Feast of the Holy Innocents, and New Year's Day. Masked devils acting boisterously and making nuisances of themselves are known in Germany since at least the 16th century, while animal masked devils combining dreadful comic Schwarlig-lustig antics appeared in medieval church plays. A large literature, much of it by the European folklorist, bears on these subjects. Austrians in the community we studied are quite aware of heathen elements being blended with Christian elements in the St. Nicholas customs and other traditional winter ceremonies. They believe Krampus derives from a pagan supernatural who is assimilated to the Christian devil.
Interesting.
So, in reality, more than likely, Krampus is just the devil. So
if the devil is Krampus, then that means that he's just a chill guy.
So what? You saying the devil is a chill guy?
Yeah, that beats children. And
I mean, it's more realistic.
For being wrong or for being naughty.
Who would beat children with a stick? The devil.
Yeah,
obviously that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Yeah, of course the devil would. He's the devil. You know, Also, what's really interesting is that what we're establishing here is that we believe that Krampus is real, and Saint Nicholas was real at one point, but now is dead.
Yeah.
So Krampus, out of all Christmas traditions, is the only one that is actually truthful.
Well, in theory, but not the whole.
Are you saying the devil isn't real?
The
is that
lore,
what you're saying? Are you saying the devil isn't real?
I'm saying the lore behind it isn't real.
The lore behind the devil, or Krampus?
The lore behind Krampus.
Well, unless
the devil does in fact tag around with Saint Nicholas.
So if this is like a pagan celebration, heathen elements. When you think of like pagan or heathen, you think of like sinful tactics or tweaking out or being possessed.
Yeah.
Which, like, demons exist. That happens all the time.
Uh-huh.
So really, their observations of demons could be why, like, they based Krampus off of something, right? Which would be just demons in general.
Yeah.
So technically, we could say, theoretically, that they just witnessed demons and were like, that's terrifying. Let's make a folklore about it. And they just... So it could just be the constant observation of demons,
maybe,
which then turned into almost like a celebration of demons. Because like my family and my dad and my mom did mention Krampus to me, and they were like, we don't celebrate Krampus, we don't talk about Krampus because it's like devil stuff. Like it's bringing the devil into the household, which they were pretty big on. Like they didn't want anything to do with the devil. So I guess they knew more about Krampus than I did. But yeah, it's interesting. I knew there were like some theories that Krampus was the devil, but really interesting. But I continue. The Persian figures persisted, but are unrelated to the Krampus. Krampus is a Persian and Strago inspired figure, but has very distinct physical traits that make Krampus unique to his cousins.
His cousins?
His cousins. I guess the demons. Krampus is usually featured as a man with horns, with one grotesque human foot and 1 foot of a goat.
Oh my god.
Typically covered in black hair, and unique to Krampus, also a very long snake or dragon-like tongue. In the 17th century, Krampus was paired with Saint Nicholas as a helper, but because Nicholas is a saint, it wasn't logical or deemed saintly behavior. You little devil, Saint Nick. For Nicholas to deliver punishments, therefore, a helper was assigned to Saint Nicholas, such as farmhand Rupert Smutsy or Pierre Foutard, who would go down the chimney or punish the naughty children.
Jeez. That's wild.
Santa would just send down Rupert and Pierre.
All right. Pierre, Rupert, get down there.
Oh, that one's a bitch. Pierre, go beat the shit out of him with a branch stick.
Yeah. Crazy.
Krampus serves St. Nicholas in the same role. So wait, hold on. Are we saying... I don't know much about St. Nicholas's like history, but is this implying that St. Nicholas had 2 guys with him that just beat the shit out of children?
It sounds like it.
Does that mean St. Nicholas wasn't a great person?
No, this could just be the lore. I don't know how historically accurate this is.
How historically accurate
the actual
is.
St. Nicholas. Are you mocking me?
No, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But the fact that it made it into the lore is kind of crazy.
Here's some modern history facts about Krampus.
Okay, good. This is what we're looking.
This is modern history, though, not early history, but we'll see. In the aftermath of the 1932 election in Austria, the Krampus tradition was prohibited by the Dollfuss regime under the clerical fascist Fatherland Front, Vaderland Front, and the Christian Social Party. Christians was ruining everything, even in Germany, taking away Krampus. Monsters, honestly, all of them. Okay, so that's one. That's one of them. What do you think of that?
No comment. What's your next one? Yeah.
In the 1950s, the government of Austria distributed pamphlets titled "Krampus is an evil man" for fear that encounters with Krampus might damage children's mental health.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the century, a popular resurgence of Krampus celebrations occurred and continues to this day.
It's kind of what I want to get into is like the psychological side of Krampus versus Saint Nick, you know, which we kind of already did, but I think there's some more layers to it.
Well, I mean, like, if it's just the devil, Christian children as a whole experience that kind of psychological horror. of like fear of the devil and what the devil can do to you, or demons. I was terrified of demons.
Depends on how your
How you're
parents
raised.
teach you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, I'm more just talking about the lore of it, like the lore, like telling your kids like, oh, there's this goat thing, devilish goat thing that's gonna beat you.
It's a human with a
if you're
goat
naughty.
leg.
Yeah.
And hair.
Yeah.
Goat hair.
And he's
horns.
gonna beat you with sticks if you're naughty.
Birch sticks, yes.
Birch sticks.
Talking to my kid.
Like what does that do to a child? You know what I mean?
I mean, I think it just freaks them out. I mean,
yeah.
What's interesting to me though is in this tab it says for fear that encounters with Krampus might damage children's mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there a fear of encounters of this if it isn't real? You know what I mean? Like
well, maybe it's the same sort of thing, like people dressing up.
But like that's a hard costume. A goat leg, horns, fur. That's a lot of work. Just to, like Santa Claus, you put on a coat, you never turn your face to them.
Yeah,
that's easy. But
people
Krampus
might do it though.
Maybe.
The lengths people go to for a practical joke.
The Krampus tradition is being revived in Bavaria as well, along with local artistic tradition of hand-carved wooden masks.
Huh. So they have masks.
Mm-hmm. What's interesting, the Austria government really seems to not like Krampus, which I think is really funny. That this government, that's to the point of their government antics is like, we need to ban
Krampus.
Christmas tradition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that that is crazy.
Yeah.
Although Krampus appears in many variations, most share some common physical characteristics. He is hairy, usually brown or black, and has one foot that has cloven hoofs and horns as a goat. His long pointed tongue drops out, and he has fangs. Krampus carries chains thought to symbolize the binding of the devil by the Christian church. He thrashes the chains for dramatic effect. The chains are sometimes accompanied with bells of various sizes. Krampus will carry a bundle of birch branches, which he occasionally swats children. At least it's occasional. It's not constant.
He like occasionally abuses children. No big deal.
Sometimes a kid will walk by and he's like, I'll let him pass. But then another kid's like, this one's bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit him.
Yeah.
The birch branches are replaced with a whip in some representations. So now, okay, worse than a branch.
Yeah.
On Christmas Eve, Krampus travels with a sack or a basket strapped to his back. This is to cart off evil children for drowning, eating, or transport to hell.
Transport. Jeez.
He's gonna put a kid in a basket. Okay,
wait,
so
why aren't there like? I mean, gosh, that's awful.
Some of the older versions make mention of naughty children being put in the bag and taken away. This quality can be found in other companions of Saint Nicholas, such as Zwart Piet. So that's a third name of someone accompanying Saint Nick.
That's not the same Pierre, dude.
No, this is Zwarte.
Interesting.
Zwarte. Piet.
Yeah.
So Saint Nicholas, there's 3 people now with names who accompanied Saint Nick to punish the bad kids.
Beat children. Saint Nick didn't want to get his hands dirty.
He ain't no bitch. He didn't get his hands dirty, but he told people, which it's like Obama bombing so many places when he was in the president. Everyone praised him, but he was kind of a monster.
No comment.
Politics. 2015 politics right there for you. We were too young to realize what was going on, but honestly, Obama really did kill a lot of people. Just like Saint Nick.
Yep.
Oh wow. This is Krampusnacht, which is the full name of Krampus.
Okay.
The Feast of Saint Nicholas, so we've heard about this before, is celebrated in parts of Europe on December 6th, on the preceding evening of 5th of Christmas. Or 5th of December, not Christmas. Krampus night or Krampusnacht, the wicked hairy devil appears on the streets, sometimes accompanying Saint Nicholas and sometimes on his own. Krampus visits homes and businesses. The saint usually appears in the eastern right vestment of bishop, and he carries a golden ceremonial staff, unlike North American versions of Santa Claus. In these celebrations, Saint Nicholas concerns himself only with the good children, while Krampus is responsible for the bad. Nicholas dispenses gifts, while Krampus supplies coal and the root.
Oh wow! So
That's a
Krampus
little
is the
softer.
one that gives the coal
Yeah,
in this
scenario
Scenario,
here, or this tradition.
Yeah, interesting.
Which I
Yeah,
think that's a little
I'm
bad.
not opposed to
That's
that.
not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it makes Santa look a little better.
Yeah.
Despite him sending people to beat children, that makes him a little bad, you know. But not everyone's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
Nobody can be perfect. Yeah.
So, even Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Portentlauf and Krampuslauf. There were already established pagan traditions in the Alpine regions that became intertwined with the Cataclysm, or Catholicism. People would masquerade as a devilish figure known as Perch, a two-legged humanoid goat with a giraffe-like neck wearing animal furs.
Oh wow.
People wore costumes and marched in processions known as Portentlaufen, which are regarded as an earlier form of Krampus runs. Portentlaufen were looked at with suspicion by the Catholic Church and banned by some civil authorities due to sparse population and rugged environments within the Alpine region. The ban was not effective and easily enforced, rendering the ban useless. Eventually, the Portentlauf, inspired by the Nicholas plays, introduced Saint Nicholas and his set of good morals. The Perch transformed into what is now known as Krampus and was made to be subject to Saint Nicholas's will. It is customary to offer a Krampus Schnapp, a strong distilled fruit brandy. These runs may include Perchent, similarly wild pagan spirits of the Germanic folklore, and sometimes female in representation, although the Perchent are properly associated with the period between winter solstice and January 6th. So you get drunk and you run.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a ball.
You run from Krampus? Or
I think you just run.
Krampus?
You just run.
You run.
And sometimes you dress up.
Wow. Sounds like fun.
I mean, it could be fun. It'd be fun to watch.
It would
Watching
be.
people dressed up as Krampus running around in the streets drunk, that's hilarious.
You think they beat children?
Yes. Which is also hilarious. A drunk man in a goat costume beating the shit out of a kid is fucking hilarious. What?
Kind of a hypocrite. But,
what do you mean?
no, nothing.
No, sure. What do you mean?
No.
Are you going on again about how you laughed at a child dying?
No. Well,
Because
you're laughing at children getting beat.
Children getting beaten with a branch stick is hilarious. Okay, a child dying from cancer is not funny, Trent.
I never said it was.
And you're going to call me a hypocrite because I'm laughing at a kid getting beat?
Yes.
At least the kid's not dead. You animal.
It may as well be. I mean, he's been beat.
I honestly, out of all of the episodes that have come out so far, I did not expect the Christmas special to be the most unhinged episode so far. I really thought Gringo was going to hold that throne.
Yeah. You think that it's been dethroned?
It's definitely been dethroned by now.
Yeah.
Like, this episode is insane.
It is.
I hope it gets more than 7 views, honestly.
Yeah. People need to see this.
Probably going to be my favorite episode. It's Christmas themed. Here's some criticisms of the Krampus run.
Oh.
Every year, there are arguments during Krampus runs. Occasionally, spectators take revenge for whipping and attacking Krampus in 2013. After several Krampus runs in East Tyrol, a total of 8 injured people, mostly with broken bones, were admitted to Lienz District Hospital, and over 60 other patients were treated on an outpatient basis. What? Okay. No, leave without us. We'll meet you there. I love you. I marked the time. I got a time down. So, there are arguments about Krampus runs because occasionally spectators will attack the Krampuses while they run.
Do you think that, like, just for sport, or do you think they get scared and, like...
Just cause.
I mean, because I would be kind of scared if I saw a freaking goat thing running around and...
Well, so, from what I heard based on further or earlier information given, the Krampus, like, they run like that and they like, actively, like, antagonize the people in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, like, there are some people who are drunk or they just don't like it, and which is like, why are you there? But whatever.
Yeah.
And the Krampus does that, and then they, like, hit it back or punch it or some shit. Then it's like, oh, the Krampus is evil, bad. And then they break its bones.
Wow. So people, yeah, that's
I mean, this
crazy.
Is in 2013.
See, I would have figured they would get injured just from, like, running around and being
8 people,
idiots, but they get injured because people, like, actually physically harmed them?
8
Jeez.
people were injured in 2013,
No, only 8.
and over 60 other patients were treated. So 68 people, almost 69, close, but
Dang,
not
close
quite
to no
there.
cigar.
Idiots.
Yeah, that's crazy. And yeah,
Let
Krampus.
me see what else we got here. There's the Protemulus Krampus, a freshwater antopodarian fish, is named after Krampus.
And is this a real fish?
There's a fish named after Krampus, yeah.
Is there a picture of it?
No. So, wow. I mean, what a day.
Yeah.
For Krampus. I'm trying to see if there's anything else worth talking about here, but I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So, in the end, what I think is really interesting is that, like, both Saint Nick and Krampus were, like, heavily influenced by the Catholic Church on both ends. Like, Saint Nicholas was, like, at least based on Wikipedia, which who knows what that means, but
yeah,
it seems like the Catholic Church kind of pushed Saint Nick a little bit.
Yeah.
And they also pushed Krampus out, but then it ended up getting accompanied and then paired with, and then they kind of marked him as the devil. It's just an interesting kind of like, the Catholics, they have very interesting beliefs, and I want to hear more about it. And obviously, we're gonna be calling a Catholic Church hotline and asking them questions to see what they say.
Yeah.
But I might add Santa Claus to my list of questions, because that's really interesting how, like, historically Santa Claus and Krampus and all of that was kind of also involved with the Catholic Church.
Yeah. I mean, Saint Nick.
And their inability to like enforce Krampus to, like, not exist is funny too. Like, they tried several times to get Krampus to not be a tradition, but it continues to be a tradition, which is good, honestly. I don't think that a church should influence a tradition like that or anything,
Yeah.
You want to celebrate a devil running in the street beating children with a branch? Go on ahead.
That's
But you know what? I feel more informed about Krampus now, and I feel good about that. So
no, I think I might implement some Krampus traditions this year.
Mm-hmm. And next year we'll talk about the different traditions. There's other traditions like poop logs.
Never heard of that.
It's pretty fun. It's a pretty good one. We almost talked about poop logs, but I thought Krampus would be more fun.
Yeah.
At least initially. But yeah, I mean, wow. What a wild episode, Trent.
Yeah, this definitely was a pretty unhinged episode for a lot of different reasons.
Do you have any Christmas traditions that you're gonna have? Like, is there anything that you, like, your family practices or does that you're like, I want to keep that tradition?
I may start putting out branch rods.
I think branch rods is a fun one to keep.
Yeah,
I think that's
just start leaving them out by the milk and cookies.
I mean, honestly, I think having, like, obviously, like I said earlier in the episode, like, I don't want to actually do Santa Claus, but I think it'd be fun to kind of introduce Krampus and Santa Claus in that way, and kind of like the Catholic classic way of doing Saint Nick and Krampus. I think that'd be fun to be like, yeah, if you're not careful, maybe the devil's gonna show up and beat you with a stick, or put you in his basket and take you to hell. That is crazy. The basket thing.
Yeah, well, and he said that, like, he might eat some of them too. Like,
there is a Krampus horror movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, we should watch it.
Really?
We should watch it.
We didn't even watch it
because I think when it came out, like I just didn't see it because I don't know. There's like this tradition or like this kind of new trend of like violent movies coming out during the Christmas time.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting.
It is. It's just like nothing against it.
Yeah,
but
no.
For me personally, like during the Holly Jolly season, I don't want to watch violent movies.
Yeah.
And unless like sometimes,
unless it's what's that one movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Violent Night.
No.
The
one,
Jingle All the Way.
Yeah.
That's not violent.
It's not violent, but it's got some action. You know what I mean?
That one's
I'm
fun.
okay with that.
I like Jingle All the Way, but like there's Violent Night that came out.
It wasn't even that good.
It wasn't that good.
I thought it was gonna be kind of good, but it wasn't.
Because it has really good actors in it. But
yeah,
the plot was
I
kind
thought it was gonna be
like,
good.
Flat. But like that. I don't know. It's just a violent movie, and like sometimes those are fun, sometimes they're not fun. And then there's Krampus, but also like there's a trend of like just horror movies in general just coming out. There's the one there, Die Hard.
Yeah, it's a violent Christmas movie.
Violent Christmas movie. I don't know. I just feel like during the Holly Jolly time, I like to just watch
Holly Jolly movies.
The Holly Jolly movie, like The Grinch or Elf or Jingle All the Way. What other good Christmas movies are there?
Home Alone is. Oh my gosh!
I didn't grow up with it. I grew up like my parents didn't like it because they were like, "You're gonna get influenced by it, and you're gonna like
booby trap the house."
Booby trap the house, and I guess I don't know. I mean, I was a crafty little guy, but I don't think I could have done what he did. I've seen it. Yeah. I've watched it. Interesting. It could never happen today.
I grew up quoting that movie, dude. Me and my family would quote that movie all the time.
Elf. That's cute. Elf is good.
I like Elf.
Elf is really good.
Yep. Well,
you know what?
What's happened this episode?
If you're still here at the last 10 minutes of the episode, because we have to go a little bit over because we took several breaks. We took 2 breaks, technically. And listen, if you actually listened to the episode this long, I want you to comment, I want to get beaten with a birch stick. If you watched this episode this long, I want to know. That's the only way you can tell me that you watched this long is to comment.
If you only say I watched this episode to the very end, I'm not gonna believe you. We're not gonna believe you.
You could say it after, but you have to say the phrase, I want to get beaten by a birch stick. If you say that phrase, I will like your comment and I will reply to you. And I'll tell you I love you.
And then we'll come and beat you with a birch stick.
And then I'll find you and
you requested.
Beat you with a birch stick. Or I'll put you in my basket and take you to the bellows of hell. One of the two. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I still cannot believe you laughed at a kid dying.
What? I did not laugh at a kid dying, dude. You gotta stop saying that. Jeez.
You literally? No, you did. Don't even start with that because I know you. You know you did.
No.
I was crying because
not laughing. What?
You're laughing
at you're laughing at it.
I'm laughing at
you. Why are you calling me out on it?
I'm laughing at you.
I mean, if it's such a serious thing to you, then why are you even laughing about it?
I even remember when I was saying it and I was looking at you. I was like, I swear to God, if you start laughing, it's gonna be horrible. And then you started laughing.
I did not start laughing.
You started.
I had like something in my in my nose.
I caught you in 1080p, 60 frames per second. Jeez, laughing. Not 4K. I can't do 4K. Sorry.
Dang.
Can't afford it. Not yet, but maybe one of these days, Cause Complexity will be in 4K and we'll catch you laughing at children dying
in 4K.
But
maybe so.
Not now.
One day.
Hopefully this episode, the audio quality is a little better. Listen, it's a work in progress. This podcast it's gone through season 0 and we're now in season 1. So, it's going to be kind of shit. But you know what? If you're here from the beginning of this podcast, we really do appreciate you and we love you. So, do you love them?
Yeah. I do.
Please leave a comment. Please. I really thought we'd at least get one.
Yeah.
But also, I will say, YouTube has not been pushing this podcast. And I've even made the thumbnails more clickbaitable. And I think the last 2 episodes, they did not pass an hour. And I think that YouTube isn't pushing it because it's right at that mark. It's not quite past an hour.
Yeah.
So maybe we should just ramble a little bit for the ending.
Yeah, but then, that's no good. If you're
I think it's good. I think our ramble, it's just me and you chatting. Oh, yeah. There's no real, we already talked about the topic. If anyone wanted to listen to the topic, they can fuck off. All right. We're here now. It's me and you. Mm-hmm. We can say whatever we want here. We can say anything.
Anything.
What'd you have for lunch?
I had a taco.
I was with you.
Yeah, you were. I forgot about that.
You had 2 tacos.
Yeah, I did have 2 tacos. And some chips and queso.
I had 1 taco, some chips and queso, and I had tots.
Yeah, loaded tots.
Loaded tots. They were okay.
They're pretty good.
First time I
I
got
ate
them, I
them.
thought they were pretty good.
I don't know if you knew that, but
yeah, I
ate
gave
one
you
of them.
some of them. I did give you some of my tots.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew that I took them or not.
I did know that. Yeah. Well, with that, I just want to say happy holidays,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, and happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa,
Happy New Year.
happy New Year. But we're gonna be here before the New Year, so thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next week. We're doing this bi-weekly, so not next week, but the week after that we'll be here. So subscribe if you enjoyed listening to me and Trent talk about children getting beaten, and we're trying to approach cosmic complexity a little laid back. We're trying to fill in the space and just kind of have fun with it and just see where the podcast goes. And I enjoy it. I enjoy recording it. It's not a bad process. So
no.
But with that, thank you for further observing the complexities of the universe and the world, and asking questions, and learning something new, even when you wouldn't know about it. Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Peace.
Christmas.
There you go. Hey, look at that. You got it.
It's my sign off.
High five.
No, I mean I wasn't even.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All right, bye.
Goodbye.